Hi, welcome back to Fashion Bites. I'm Ellen Byerrum, the author of The Crime of Fashion Mysteries, and today we are talking about not Washington, D.C., the city that fashion forgot. Today I want to talk about fashion in the 1940s. In book 2 of my series, Designer Knockoff, Lacey explores the fashion industry during World War II because she is uncovering a mystery involving her great aunt, Mimi, and a friend of Mimi's who disappeared during World War II. At the same time, there is a new fashion museum going into Washington, D.C., and Lacey is covering hearings for that. There were a lot of forces that influenced fashion during World War II. For instance, there were clothing regulations. The war started for America December 7th, 1941. By the spring of 1942, the government had issued clothing regulations designed to save material so that material could be used for our men overseas. At home, we saw hems getting shorter, silhouettes getting slimmer, and we saw fashion designers forced to be more creative. They didn't have lots of material to play with. So what we see is embroidery, something that catches the eye. A lot of dresses came with embellishment. They had them on the shoulder and the hip. I have several examples in my own collection of 1940s clothes. Also, imagine, if you will, being absolutely in love with nylon stockings. DuPont introduced nylons in 1939 at the World's Fair. They were an immediate sensation. Every woman wanted nylons. They were so much better than silk stockings. However, when the war was going on, nylons disappeared from the scene because all nylon was used for military and government purposes. There were riots in department stores. Women went mano a mano over the last pairs of nylon. They fought, they emptied their savings, they did everything they could to get nylon stockings. I know you find that hard to believe today. The government said that no more nylons were in production. However, I was researching this and it was a lie. There was one factory still producing nylon stockings. And you know what they did with them? They were used exclusively to pay spies. That's how valuable nylons were. They were also portable. They could be secreted away, perhaps stitched into a lining of clothing for us to use to encourage spies to talk to us. The magic of fashion. And I just want to talk a little bit about fashion that I mentioned in Designer Knockoff. This is a letter from my fictitious First Lady to a Senate committee. The American fashion industry truly came of age during World War II, another time of great peril for our nation. In addition to doing its part to boost morale at home, the American garment industry clothed our men and women in the armed forces and sent a message. The Yanks were coming, and they were coming in style. American industry geared up to supply uniforms just as it had to supply our forces with food and ammunition. On the home front, cut off from traditional fashion leaders in France, Italy, and even Britain, our designers developed a new, completely American sensibility in clothes, a sensibility that was flattering, functional, and reflected American dreams, from high fashion to sportswear. Images of American life, the way we dressed and lived our lives, became ambassadors to the world, spread across the globe in movies and magazines. And today, in video from the 1940s ball, we get a peek at what those images were. I think you'll like it. Let's take a look. We are at the 1940s ball in Boulder, Colorado. Step back into the 1940s because tonight
all right,
swing
ladies and
dancing.
gentlemen, if you are here for the
And you can hear
swing
music,
dance lesson with
swing
Boulder
dance
Swing Dance,
lessons.
please come out.
And I'll tell you, it's an odds on bet that you'll have lots of fun here tonight. We're going to see people taking a dance lesson for swing dance. A lot of them
Let's go ahead and make a
1940s
circle.
clothes. Now, I'm not seeing a lot of authentic
It might
clothes
need
right
to
now.
be
I'm
a
seeing
few
a lot of
circles,
clothes
but
with a retro
circle
vibe.
idea.
But that's pretty much how it goes here. Okay, so here at the 1940s ball, you can also pick up some 1940s clothes. such as this lovely frock with the beading, and you can tell the soutache and the material make it authentically 40s. We're seeing a lot of 40s inspired clothes, although not a lot of actual 40s yet, but I'm sure I will. And this is Vintage Treasures. So tell me about that. That looks like
It is an authentic nurse's uniform.
My mother was a nurse, and is that not a nylon?
Yep, you can touch it. It's a nylon. So when I got this piece, it comes with an amazing backstory.
Oh,
so the original lady who had this, her name was Beatrice. But she did not like that. She liked to call B, like the bumble, not the old lady.
Yes, absolutely.
So when her boyfriend got sent to Europe, she didn't have anything else to do, so she figured what the real from under.
Ah, very good.
So unfortunately, he did not make it back home.
Oh, that's too
But
bad.
she decided, he brought me into being a nurse. This is what I'm going to do. She ended up marrying another service member she ended up taking care of. They ended up with 3 lovely children, and she retired as a nurse at the age of 65.
Oh, that's great.
And I told her, I'm like, I'm so happy to represent you, to bring this piece alive again.
Oh, I think that's wonderful. And you are?
My name's Whiskey LaBrew.
Whiskey, love you. Yes, I'm Ellen Byerrum.
Very nice to meet you.
Nice
And
to meet you.
Bree, she owns Vintage Treasures, one of my favorite shops ever.
Where is this
Thank you,
located? Is it here in Boulder, or is it?
No, I am actually from Trinidad, Colorado, and I've been doing the 40s ball and the partnering Christmas ball that this company also puts on for 5 years. So this is my 10th show with these people, and it's always fabulous, always first class,
Right.
always fun.
I'm going to interject. My shoes came from her.
Oh, how fabulous. And white stockings. Please note that nurses always wore white stockings. My mother was a nurse.
Being in Trinidad, we're right next to Mexico. So I was contacted by a gentleman who brought a bit of an old Russian style that closed open. And then the capris are high-waisted capris.
Oh, I love
They have the accent on the side and pockets.
That is wonderful.
So you could. This is designed as actually you can wear it as a dress or as the two-piece outfit.
But you'd have to wear a slip underneath as a dress.
Oh, as the dress,
As
yes.
a dress.
Yeah.
Or
if
just
I was
be
just to wear it
saucy.
as the dress, yes, I would have to wear some type of undergarment,
Yes.
slip type of thing. But and I am, and I am wearing vintage lingerie, which is recommended for underneath to maintain the contours and structure of vintage clothing to present it in the best possible way.
And we're not showing you that today, but
No.
just use your imaginations on the wonderful lingerie that we're wearing
Family-friendly channel.
for our vintage garments. Thanks. I like that. You can tell it's very
Beautiful. It's Prima of New York, which is runs right alongside.
And this is a lovely crepe.
It's a rayon.
A rayon crepe.
Yes, it's a rayon crepe. And then
these are
so these were
great.
for the daughters. There were 2 daughters.
Oh my word.
Yeah, she made these by hand. It's amazing.
It's called Polysouth.
Oh, is that up in Tacoma Park?
Yeah, it is.
Tacoma Park, Maryland, Polysouth. It's fun to go see. I've been there.
I do
And
pink,
I used
but
to live in
I love that
Alexandria.
store so much.
Oh yeah. Have you been to Venus on the Half Shell?
I haven't.
That's in Frederick.
This is from Mexico.
But this is great. It's in beautiful shape,
Isn't it?
which shows that people kept the clothes. They kept their clothes in beautiful shape, especially the ones that were their good clothes. And that's lovely. And it's a beautiful ballerina print, a novelty print, very popular during the 40s. I promised to tell you about what I wore to the ball, and you can see my outfit in these photographs. My dress is authentic from the 40s, a black crepe, possibly a rayon crepe. The gold embellishment on the shoulder and hip make it clear that it was made under the government's L85 clothing regulations that were designed to save fabric. I found this dress at a vintage store in Richmond, Virginia, and my hat is made of black taffeta fail, and I discovered it in a vintage store in Colorado City, Colorado. I'm so delighted that someone saved them for all these years. Thanks so much for stopping by. Please hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Bye.